Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2021 presentation of graduates of the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine campus. The Chancellor's Procession. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession.
Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellors and campus principals, university executives and other members of staff, honorary graduates, members of the graduating class of 2021, members of the media, and distinguished guests. A very warm welcome to the presentation of Graduates 2021. My heartiest congratulations are extended to every single graduate of this class. I applaud each one of you for staying the course and completing your degrees. You have done well, and it is truly my honor and pleasure to greet you all on this special day in your academic careers. First and foremost, I ask that you take the opportunity to thank the loved ones who have made this journey with you. Your parents, partners, spouses, children. They have watched you burn the midnight oil and supported you through assignments and exams. For many of you, this is a collective achievement, and I urge you to express your gratitude to your most ardent supporters and cheerleaders. A graduation ceremony is a time for celebration and represents a moment when, as comrades who have toiled together, you reflect on your academic journey and breathe a collective sigh of relief. It is done. What next? Graduation represents your transformation from students to alumni. It is a time when those of us who are on this side of the ceremony view with enormous pride the procession of graduates across so many disciplines, the wondrous gathering of brilliance representing so much promise for the advancement of our societies and economies. Since March 2020, the pandemic has impacted how we do so many things. How we work, how we learn, how we conduct a significant ceremony such as your graduation. This change in the mode does not in any way diminish the significance of the celebration. And this is my central message to you today, that despite the changes that have taken place and will continue to take place, whatever you do in the future must be impactful. It must be done to a high standard, with commitment to advancing not only your personal interest, but those of the wider community in which you exist. We have accepted the inevitability of change. How we as individuals and as society adapt to those persistent and constant changes will be a measure of our personal and collective resilience and success. Over the past 20 months, the UWI has adapted to drastically changed circumstances, and I applaud the leadership of the institution for taking bold steps to shift to online and blended teaching and learning. 2 cohorts have since completed their programs, and this is also testimony to the dedication and commitment of the academic staff and administrative staff and the technical staff as well, without whom this would not have been possible. I will ask that at an opportune time, you thank your lecturers and all of the support staff who have worked with you to ensure that you reach this point in your life, this moment, this graduation ceremony. However, I believe that the best way in which you can thank your loved ones, as well as the leadership and staff of the UWI, is by continuing to do well in whatever you choose to do. I use the well-known phrase in encouraging you to go forth and prosper. I echo the sentiments of former Vice-Chancellor of the UWI, Sir Alistair MacIntyre, expressed almost 30 years ago, as he acknowledged the inevitability of change, particularly in a university context. Sir Alistair noted that universities such as the UWI can no longer guarantee to fulfill the historic goals of a university to turn out educated and cultured persons. What the UWI can and must do is to provide an introduction to learning in this uncertain world. A degree is not a job guarantee, but, as Sir Alistair noted, it is a door to that largely unraveled world of knowledge, a start on a long and uncertain road. At the time Sir Alistair made those remarks, the world was adapting to the phenomena of the knowledge economy, and the notion of a single job for a lifetime was being overtaken by multiple career changes and exponential advancements in information and communication technology. Those changes have continued unabated, and even more so in the past 20 months. A university education provides its graduates with the tools for unleashing their potential, to be critical thinkers, objective in their assessment of the information available, open to other schools of thought, and to be able to use the information for the advancement of themselves and of the societies in which they exist. Always be kind to yourself. We often forget the importance of taking care of our own health. In these different circumstances, mental health is as critical as physical well-being. Hold fast to your dreams, but remain rooted in reality. Respect everyone you come into contact with, regardless of their status. It will serve you well. Give back to your alma mater. There are many ways in which you can do this. Be mentors to students, serve as adjunct faculty or technical advisors in subject areas. There are multiple ways and opportunities to contribute to ensuring the work and reputation of the UWI remain at a high level. Wherever you are, the Alumni Office will be reaching out to you. There are chapters in many contributing countries and in the countries to which our graduates gravitate. I hope that you will stay connected with your alma mater and your class. I will end with a quote from Michelangelo. The greater danger for most of us is not setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark. Go out, dream large, make all of us proud. We are met today in order that we may mark by a formal ceremony the entry of certain of our members into the company of graduates and the academic achievement of others. As a university, we are an academic society of undergraduates, bachelors, masters, and doctors, and we follow the academic tradition in the pursuit of knowledge and the encouragement of learning, purposes which are laid down in the preamble to the Royal Charter by which we have been granted the powers needful for the prosecution of our affairs. In pursuing these aims, our members advance from time to time to a higher standing in the academic community. And it is proper that as a body, we should celebrate their achievement. It is marked by the granting of a degree or diploma or license or certificate, and we rejoice with our graduates on their advancement.
Chancellor. I now ask the public orator, Professor Elizabeth Walcott Hackshaw, to present Mr. Ray Anthony Holman, whom the Senate and the Council of the University have been pleased to recommend for the award of the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa.
Chancellor, I am sure that you would agree that the qualities of a great musical composition are ultimately undefinable. They surpass technical knowledge or perfect execution. Such music has the alchemy to transform the ordinary of our daily lives into something transcendent. Chancellor, Ray Anthony Holman is such an alchemist, mixing potions as composer, arranger, performer, musician, vocalist, and educator. Ray Holman grew up in Woodbrook, the home of so many artists and famous Spaniards. Like many singular figures in our society, Holman was a graduate of Queen's World College and the University of the West Indies. As an educator, he committed 30 years of his life as a teacher at Fatima College. Holman was inducted into the Hall of Fame of both colleges. His Pan story begins with the Invaders Steel Orchestra in 1956, when he was only 14. The Invaders' Panyard was a quarter-mile from Anna Street. In those days, panyards were not the safest of places, but Holman was drawn into the musical space, even though the older band members encouraged him to leave. Ellie told them to let him stay. This was Ellie Mannett, pioneer, modern father of the steel drum, who welcomed the young Holman into his panyard. For this, Chancellor, we are eternally grateful. Holman would make his own mark in the world of pan. His talents brought renewed life to a defunct Starlift Steel Orchestra, producing two of the best-known steel band hits of all time, I'll Feel Pretty and Penny Lane. He has arranged for the Panorama Steel Band competition since it first began in 1963, winning 2 titles with Lord Kitchener's The Bull and Queen of the Bands. Some of the best steel bands in the country have performed Holman's arrangements. Han on the Move made him the first steel band arranger to compose and to perform his own tunes for Panorama. In 2014 and 15, 3 of his compositions won the Monarch competition. Chancellor, genius should not be contained, so we have shared our Caribbean musical master with the rest of the world. They too have recognized his extraordinary compositions, arrangements, and performances, including the highly acclaimed score of Black Orpheus. Can we also say he brought pan to Japan? From 1993 to 1995, Holman was musical director for the Caribbean show in Miyazaki. His compositions and arrangements have been performed by 100-piece Japanese steel pan orchestras. Of awards, local and international, Ray Holman has received many. These all commemorate his exceptional pioneering contributions to steel pan music. In 1989, the government of Trinidad and Tobago awarded him the Hummingbird Silver Medal for Music. He was also named one of the 50 icons of Trinidad and Tobago to commemorate the 50th anniversary of independence. In 2001, Holman was honored by the United States Congress and the City of New York Folk Arts Institute as a legend of pan. When asked in an interview why he composed music, Holman simply said, to bring happiness to people. The purity of that intent is to be honored. For a world without the paw-raising sounds of a steel band orchestra's crescendo, taking us through a wave of emotions, or even the tender sound of a single pan following a lush Holman melody is simply unimaginable. Ray Holman embodies the soul of Pan. It is his first love. Chancellor, for a legend in steel band composition, arrangement, and performance, I present Mr. Ray Anthony Holman and ask that by the authority vested in you by the Council and Senate of the University of the West Indies, you confer on him the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Senate and Council of this university, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa of the University of the West Indies. I now invite Dr. Ray Anthony Holman to perform for the company.
Sir, the persons whose names will be called having studied in the University of the West Indies and having fulfilled the requirements of the University of the West Indies, beg leave to be presented to you and to the Senate of the University by the representative of the Faculty of Humanities and Education as Bachelor of Arts, Fine Arts, or Bachelor of Education, or as holders of diplomas or certificates of the University of the West Indies. Sir, the Dean of Humanities and Education, Dr. Heather Ketu.
Sir, my colleagues and I ask you to receive as graduate members of our society these persons who, having fulfilled the requirements of the university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Fine Arts, or Bachelor of Education, or have been awarded diplomas or certificates of this university.
By the authority vested in me, I receive these persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society.
Nikisha Adams, Kadeem Aguilera, Siobhan Aigle, Anastasia Alexander. Chancellor, with first class honors, Celeste Alexander, Sharaz Ali. Chancellor, with first class honors, Shanice Ali, Kamla Aladdin, Adia Alonso, Eric Alvarez, Chelsea Amon. Chancellor, with first class honors, Abhijit Ankatasu, Shania Andal, John Paul Anderson, Omare Asson, Shalana Babulal. Chancellor, with first class honors, Cheyenne Paquin, Jennifer Baksh Samdale. Chancellor, with first class honors, Ariel Batiste, Tracy Barcelo, Rani Bidesi, Rochelle Bennett, Tianandra Bernard. Chancellor, with first class honors, Premati Bagalu, Dimitri Bagauti, Andriana Bagwandi, Crystal Bonner, Crystal Boris Bernard, Curlan Bradshaw, Janice Briggs. Chancellor, with first class honors, Chanel Brito, Marquise Brown, Aaron Brown, Lisa Burkett, Leanne Caesar, Karen Kane, Aliyah Charles, Alex Charles, Stephanie Charles, LaDonna Collins. Chancellor, with first class honors, Dylan Constantine, Afisha Cooper, Monique Cooper, Andre Cordis, Jada Cornelius, Megan Cox, Jewel Crawford, Vivian Cumberbatch. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Justine Danyan. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Nakia De Freitas, Kayum De Graaf, Deepak Deodath Basdew, Rihanna Danarine, Kezia Douglas Noel, Sade Ely, Gabriella Edmond, Rochelle Edwards. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Aliyah Emmanuel. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Sharon Furman, Dario Fortune, Jonathan Francis, Nicolan Garcia. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Kirk Garner, Cameron Gaia, Michael Gilbert. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Stefan Gilbert, Anushka Gopi, Che Dermot Grant. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Mary Grant, Deline Grow Granger, Rebecca Gillan. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Salisha Gunnis. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Yasha Hanumansingh, Nicolin Harris, Kalicia Hariprasad, Tijuana Hernandez, Karina Hippolyte, Tanisha Hippolyte, Christiana Jagai. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Ambika Jagasasi, Afisha James, Angelo Jedidia. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Andrew Jodan, Katrina Jofield, Akisha John, Jemima Joseph, Jewel Joseph, Donnell Jules. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Alyssa Kangu, Tisha Kanhai. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Bridget Erin Kelly, Narisha Khan, Dario King, Monique Lachapelle, Amelia Lakansing. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Leah Lawless, Trevine Lane Bailey, Karina Ledger. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Cheyenne Lee, Rohim Leslie, Rondez Lewis. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Sabrina Lingo, Crystal London. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Kajal Madhu, Kiana Mahabir, Samuel Mahadev. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Liana Maharaj. Kaval Mengo. Akeem Mannings. Rialyn Martin. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Abriana Matthew. Denise Matthews Owen. J.L. McCollin. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Rual McIntosh. Lomai Macmillan. Elise Mendoza. Georgia Mohammed. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Nuruddin Mohammed. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Victoria Mohammed. Zahira Mohammed. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Athalia Mohan. Danielle Moore. Kalina Morrison. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Rondell Mangal. Priscilla Musaib Ali. Callie Ann Neptune. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Renisa Neptune. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Kyle Ning. Christy Ann Nicholas. Krista Marie Nicholas. Corinne Noyan. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Whitney Ann Patrick. Melissa Paul. Emily Prasad. Joshua Peters. Sheldon Peters. Angel Filbert. Gabriella Phillip. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Melissa Phillip. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Michaela Phillip. Roshana Phipps. Kristen Plant. Jalen Plaza. Ushena Pompey. Kendra Kwamino. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Shireen Raghubir. Ronaldo Rajkumar. Sashal Rajkumar. Alexandria Ramdeen. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Faith Ramlal. Rupnarayan Rampasad. Celine Rampasad. Chantal Rampasad. Shania Ramrup. Christy Ramsamuj. Selena Ramsamuj. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Liseli Raphael. Jonathan Raymond. Khadija Rishes. Chancellor, with First Class Honours, Michaela Regis. Kristen Reed. Shonari Richardson. Lyndon Rivero. Rayanne Roberts. Rochelle Rosso. Danielle Ryan. Chancellor, with first class honors, Amondel Samson. Rafia Shah. Shaquille Shepard. Robert Simmons. Shanice Smith. Chancellor, with first class honors, Jessie Suknarayan. Angelina Sukraj. Chancellor, with first class honors, Sapphire Sukram. Danielle St. Louis. Kimmy Stout Robinson. Shakila Sylvester. Rayshona Teasdale. Chancellor, with first class honors, Christopher Thomas. Chancellor, with first class honors, Johanna Thomas. Denise Thompson. Christiana Tyre. Victoria Waterman Ali. Kedisha Watson. Kevon Weeks. Shaquana Wheeler. Leanne White. Chancellor, with first class honors, Nicole Whiteman. Akeelia Wilson. Shani Woodsley. Aaliyah Warrian. Kayla Wright. Chancellor, with first class honors, Petros Daciano. Moses Gikandi. Peter St. Hilaire. Natasha Wilkinson Dick. Mandisa Matthews. Jade McBonnet. Genevieve Campbell. Zipporah Charles. Simone Emmanuel. Tamara Fraser. Josiah Lewis. Lisha Mulzak. Abraham Ramdan. Zidane Ramdan. Marcus Small. Megan Wright. Angelica Allen. Ariana Harry-Paul. Reis Thomas. Keon Yard. Jahia Asson. Angelia Bisoon. Che Carrington. Jason Jaskaran. Joshua Lazarus. Zion McNeil. Shanika Mitchell. Jaden Noel. Cassidy Peshier. Jamila Ross. Nanyamka Wellington. Sarah Yakohim. Farah Ali. Farhana Ali, Kimberly Ali, Kezia Alon. Chancellor, with first class honours, Cheyenne Baliram, Kimberly Basdale, Kellyanne Bleaster, Anella Cardinal, Thea De La Rosa, Gabrielle Dookie, Crystal Duncan, Donna Eastman, Siobhan Francis, Kisa Gay, Simone Hoyt, Sita Jagdew. Chancellor, with first class honours, Jovan Johnson, Nikita Joseph, Anissa Khan, Nadir Junior Khan. Chancellor, with first class honours, Savani Maharaj, Avani Mahipat, Sophia Miraj. Chancellor, with first class honours, Shital Mohan, Sarah Moore. Chancellor, with first class honours, Sarita Naipur, Maria Prudhomme, Trudy Kwamina, Colleen Ramdale, Alexandria Ramkalawan, Vishala Ramsamy, Amanda Ramsaran, Shakira Raphael, Marsha Regist, Khadija Roberts, Ariana Rupchan, Reshma Samaru, Gabriella Scott, Jean Day Scott. Chancellor, with first class honours, Carla Suraj, Gabriel Thomas, Tanika Tulsi, Waveney Wilson, Annalie Amau, Carrie-Anne Barrow, J. Kyle Edgar, Janisha Godin, Alicia Jaikaran, Sharifa Mohammed, Jamie Ramcharan, Rosita Ravello, Khadija Riley, Vishala Suknanan, Jamal Edwards, Chantal Ince, Caitlin Lakai, Leticia Lewis, Mishak Peters.
I now call on Mr. Rondal Mangal, Bachelor of Arts in Theatre and Minors in Music and Psychology with first class honours, to deliver the valedictory address.
Chancellor, Mr. Robert Bermudez, Vice Chancellor, Sir Hilary Beckles, Pro Vice Chancellor and Campus Principal, Professor Brian Copeland, honorary graduates, university executives and other members of staff, my fellow graduates, congratulations and greetings to you all. To be Caribbean is to revel in the violently creative vortex of possibilities that defines our space. 6 months ago, seated at a chipped wooden desk, overlooking an unmade bed and a basket full of unfolded laundry, I wrote those words. Whether hallucinated genius or psychobabble, they were born of sleep deprivation and coffee jitters, and fortified by that last-minute clarity that appears after weeks of procrastination. It was an all-too-familiar picture, hunched over, eyes squinted, glaring at a laptop screen at 2 a.m. because when else will you find peace and quiet in your house? At the time, those words were strung together to just pass the people course, but seen through reflective eyes. That single line chains together my life-changing experiences at the Department of Creative and Festival Arts. Today, I would like to share with you some of the lessons contained within that line. But before I do, it is imperative that we acknowledge the people who have walked with us and walked before us, clearing the path so we could celebrate our successes today. I speak for all my fellow graduates when I say we did not make it this far alone. And so we give thanks to our ancestors, whose love, blessings, and power we inherited and now manifest. To our mentors and teachers who have inspired us and opened our minds to limitless possibilities. To the obstacles in human form, we all know who they are, who have qualified us to give masterclasses in patience, perseverance, and strongly worded but tactful emails. To our friends who have listened to us vent about said obstacles and who have made our UWI experience that much sweeter. To our families, both the ones we were born into and the ones we found along our journey. Hum aapka saman karte hue, aapke sada abhari hain. We honor you. We thank you. Adupwe, ajuba, bogbok e gungun. We honor you. We thank you. Today, we celebrate. We celebrate each of our unique yet connected stories. We are bound together through a shared spirit of resilience, innovation, and excellence forged from the UWI experience. We have worked, endured, and sometimes even cracked under pressure. Yet we have persevered. We have risen higher than we ever thought we could. We have thrived. At the UWI, we have learned so much about ourselves as young Caribbean people, lessons that I hope would guide us as we charter our own unique pathways to success. I'd like to share with you some of the lessons I have learned during what felt like a long time at the UWI. To do this, I return to where we began. To be Caribbean is to revel in the violently creative vortex of possibilities that defines our space. The first part says, to be Caribbean. And we can apply this as a directive. Dare to be Caribbean. When I was younger, I felt something perhaps many of us have experienced, a contempt for my Caribbeanness. There was this lack of recognition and appreciation, and more than that, a denial of self. Because to be authentically Caribbean is to be ourselves. At UWI, within this pressure cooker for learning, I found the courage to embrace my Callaloo people. To quote Minshall, I discovered that the things we do best are worthy of hallelujahs. The second part says to revel in the violently creative vortex of possibilities. I've often found myself shackled to the idea of polished perfection. And while it has sometimes helped, that constant pursuit of perfection has bred a neurotic fear of failure that has often inhibited me from even trying. So fellow graduates, dare to be messy. Dare to embrace the chaos. Dare to become the child of Sycorax that you are and conjure the tempest to find the possibilities that lie within. The final part of that opening line dealt with defining our space. And in that vein, fellow graduates, dare to be unapologetic as you live your truth and you take up space. We were indoctrinated into a hierarchical world of scarcity, but there is abundance. So dare to grow and make them hear you. Graduating class of the Faculty of Humanities and Education 2021, as we assert ourselves as creative and critical agents of societal advancement, be proudly Caribbean. Be messy and go off script in the pursuit of excellence. And conscious of the legacy we inherit and the power we hold, dare to boldly take up space. May God bless you. Congratulations, and I thank you.
Sir, I now call on Professor Rosemary Belantoine, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Graduate Studies and Research, to present to you members of our society for the award of high degrees of this university.
Sir, I present to you these members of our society who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been awarded postgraduate certificates and diplomas, and have been admitted to master's degrees, and beg that you recognize their advancement in our society.
By the authority vested in me, I confer on these persons whose names are about to be called master's degrees, postgraduate diplomas, and certificates of this university, and recognize their advancement in our society.
Chinnaraja Chinnadurai, Priya Mohan, Shelley Singh Brisbane, David Tweedle, Naomi Adonis Woodsley. Chancellor with distinction, Janelle Archer Chan. Chancellor with distinction, Ava Atherton. Chancellor with distinction, James Bagu. Chancellor with distinction, Janice Carter. Chancellor with distinction, Maria Diaz. Chancellor with distinction, Patri Ann Edwards. Chancellor with distinction, Kevon Fotheringham. Chancellor with distinction, Gillian Franklin. Chancellor with distinction, Olimal Gordon Holder. Chancellor with distinction, Alicia Haynes. Chancellor with distinction, Kwasi Ennis. Chancellor with distinction, Tanya Johnson. Chancellor with distinction, Esther Mary Jones. Joshua Joseph. Chancellor with distinction, Roxanne Kalicharan Figuera. Jeremy King. Chancellor with distinction, Malena Moffett. Jaron Remy.
Antonia Thomas.
Chancellor with distinction, Michelle Akbar Ali. Chancellor with distinction, Adela Adams. Chancellor with distinction, Sarika Ahong. Latoya Alexander. Lauren Alexander. Chancellor with distinction, Natasha Alexander. Leandra Alexander Simon. Damir Ali. K. Ali. Megan Ali. Nisha Ali, Reshad Ali. Chancellor with distinction, Resha Ali, Kafian Allen, Leslie Ann Aline. Chancellor with distinction, Leena Apu, Jamil Hassan,
Marisa Atwell Duncan.
Chancellor with distinction, Amelia Ayong. Chancellor with distinction, Melissa Ayo, Meera Babulal. Chancellor with distinction, Jamie Bacchus. Chancellor with distinction, Jacquet Bacchus Maynard, Lynn Bahadur Singh, Jalisa Bain, Daniel Bajnath. Chancellor with distinction, Safiya Baksh Gyan. Chancellor with distinction, Neil Baldev. Chancellor with distinction, Carol Balkaran, Shiva Balkaran. Chancellor with distinction, Anika Bala, Victoria Bala, Alana Barron, Stacy Barrow. Chancellor with distinction, Antonio Bastaldo. Chancellor with distinction, Crystal Bastian. Chancellor with distinction, Natasha Bastian. Keon Bird George. Chancellor with distinction, Akash Bihari. Sharmeen Belgrave Ramdayal. Chancellor with distinction, Sita Benjamin. Chancellor with distinction, Nikila Bennett. Rosanne Berkeley Lucas. Nolan Bernard. Vanessa Bernard. Nisha Bhagwandin Gangadin. Chancellor with distinction, Deline Bharat. Randy Bimal. Chancellor with distinction, Alison Bowler. Kaya Bishop. Malini Bisoon. Chancellor with distinction, Caroline Blake. Kissy Boatswain Carbon. Chancellor with distinction, Renu Budu Singh. Afisha Brereton. Chancellor with distinction, Danwal Brijmohan. Chancellor with distinction, Sunil Brijlal. Rachel Budai. Chancellor with distinction, Nalisa Badri. Chancellor with distinction, Antoinette Campbell Roberts and Michelle Carew. Melissa Carrington. Ania Kati Hart. Annalise Castillo. Chancellor with distinction, Colleen Castillo. Chancellor with distinction, Maureen Castle Hamilton. Chancellor with distinction, Curtis Celestine. Christian Charles. Melisha Charles. Sharon Charles Bain. Colleen Charles Robinson.
Chancellor with distinction, Beverly Ann Chinapu Duke.
Chancellor with distinction, Renee Chinia. Chancellor with distinction, Denisa Christom Furlong. Chancellor with distinction, Crystal Kaur. Chancellor with distinction, Leanne Copeland. Chancellor with distinction, Elizabeth Copeland Maitland. Karen Corbett. Francica Cornwall John. Chancellor with distinction, Cherise Krishlo. Princess Ella Cummins. Chancellor with distinction, Michelle Cyrus. Rishi Davidine. Rachel Date Christopher. Brandley David. Chancellor with distinction, Samantha De Leon. Sharon De Leon. Chancellor with distinction, Victoria De Leon. Christian De Matas. Elish De Souza. Keisha Delfish Brown. Chancellor with distinction, Vishara Devnarayan Mahabir.
Chancellor with distinction, Linda Devnath.
Chancellor with distinction, Marcus Dingwall. Chancellor with distinction, Tanya Duncan Figaro. Myra Durham Alfred.
Chancellor with distinction, Kristan Durity. Stacy Edwards.
Zakia Edwards. Chancellor with distinction, Rihanna Edwards Paul. Chancellor with distinction, Trisha Imamdi. Joanne Azari Singh. Naila Feliz. Chancellor with distinction, Celia Ferguson. Chancellor with distinction, Sian Fernandez Bihari. Sherelle Flores. Chancellor with distinction, Gerard Ford. Chancellor with distinction, Adana Forrester. Chancellor with distinction, Crystal Francis Joseph. Leandra Frank. Chancellor with distinction, Tamara Gadar. Chancellor with distinction, Sharmila Ganesh Jacob. Chancellor with distinction, Greg Giawan. Geraldine George. Chancellor with distinction, Crystalline Marie George Ramnarayan. Alicia Giles. Chancellor with distinction, Gisela Gonzalez. Chancellor with distinction, Samdai Gopal Chand. Chancellor with distinction, Annalise Gopi. Chancellor with distinction, Makeda Granderson. Pearl Hamilton. Sharon Hamilton Molino. Abiola Anif Branch. Chancellor with distinction, Rashia Hanuman. Chancellor with distinction, Michelle Harper. Chancellor with distinction, Ashana Harilal. Chancellor with distinction, Kirby Haripasad. Gina Harris. Cherise Hector Trim. Chancellor with distinction, Sparkle Henry Wilson. Candy Hines. Chancellor with Distinction, Carol Hussain. Chancellor with Distinction, Gideon Hussain. Khalil Hussain. Chancellor with Distinction, Rihanna Hussain. Ruqayya Hussain Ali. Chancellor with Distinction, Danisha Hospitalis. Janine Hospitalis. Abigail Ignacio. Chancellor with Distinction, Cornelia Ince. Chancellor with Distinction, Mark Ince. Chancellor with Distinction, Giselle Isaac. Chancellor with Distinction, Brittany Jackson. Chancellor with Distinction, Patricia Jackson.
Chancellor with Distinction, Anna Alicia Jagesar.
Chancellor with Distinction, Stacy Jaisri. Alicia James. Chancellor with Distinction, Chanel Janeville Aline. Chancellor with Distinction, Tessa Jerome. Jasmine Jessop. Selma Jesso Brathwaite. Chancellor with Distinction, Sharice Jordan. Mark John. Chancellor with Distinction, Muhani John. Neville John. Sante John. Chancellor with Distinction, Sasha John Charles Baines. Chancellor with Distinction, Cecilia Joseph. Streisand Joseph Cox. Natalie Joseph Garcia. Daniel Joseph Hughes. Kathy Joseph Punch. Chancellor with Distinction, Trisha Kalpi Chen Sang. Chancellor with Distinction, Sadika Kamaluddin. Darlene Khan. Chancellor with Distinction, Zalima Khan. Sadia Khan Lalu. Chancellor with Distinction, Raquel Kisto. Chancellor with Distinction, Michelle Kun Kun. Chancellor with Distinction, Kylie Kovar. Nikki LaRose. Chancellor with Distinction, Melissa Laltu Sam. Chancellor with Distinction, Shalini Lachman. Chancellor with Distinction, Janessa Lawrence. Chancellor with Distinction, Kahiria Lane. Beverly Lee Iron. Michelle Lett. Alvin Lachman. Genevieve Lachman. Coriana Madhu. Chancellor with Distinction, Riza Mahadev. Chancellor with Distinction, Amarnath Maharaj. Sarah Maharaj. Chancellor with Distinction, Vinod Maharaj. Meera Maharaj Bagan. Chancellor with Distinction, Marisi Maharaj. Chancellor with Distinction, Kumari Maharaj Sadanan. Chancellor with Distinction, Tamara Malcolm. Jason Mangru. Chancellor with Distinction, Vinita Mana. Chancellor with Distinction Malicia Manning. Chancellor with Distinction Jaya Maharaj. Chancellor with Distinction Shivana Maharaj. Chancellor with Distinction Alicia Marcano. Louis Marcano. Dana Marcano Halls. Marcella Marfan. Chancellor with Distinction Kellyanne Marcus. Chris Marshall. Lily Marshall. Chancellor with Distinction Nifeta Martin Chin Slick. Indira Mathura. Chancellor with Distinction Melissa Mathura. Chancellor with Distinction Afisha Mayers Thomas. Chancellor with Distinction Tricia Maynard John. Alika McKenna. Chancellor with Distinction Arkenna McLeod. Chancellor with Distinction Renee McSweeney. Carla McIntosh. Crystal Mackenzie Phillip. Delana Mitchell Sandiford.
Shanaz Muhammad Ali.
Melinda Mohammed. Alisa Mohammed. Farisha Mohammed. Karina Mohammed. Shelly Mohammed. Chancellor with Distinction Melissa Mohammed Alham.
Ruth Muraldo Bowen.
Chancellor with Distinction Crystal Moranci Ford. Chancellor with Distinction Cheryl Mangru Siulal. Chancellor with Distinction Kim Mangru. Chancellor with Distinction America Mutru. Chancellor with Distinction Lindsay Narayan. Chancellor with Distinction Neema Naveed. Chancellor with Distinction Roshan Nazir. Lisette Ngui. Jane Noriga. Colette Nottingham. Adafi Padmore. Pearl Patap Singh. Stacey Paul. Chancellor with Distinction Patel Pereira. Chancellor with Distinction Karvina Prasad. Chancellor with Distinction Michelle Prasad. Chancellor with Distinction Joshua Peru Ishmael. Nelchan Phillips. Chancellor with Distinction Rachel Fulchan. Anderson Polea. Joel Pike. Chancellor with Distinction Sadhna Resha. Prakash Rajkumar. Lester Ralph Sami. Charlene Ram. Jiniel Rambajan. Chancellor with Distinction Sharda Rambukas. Stacy Ramdahin. Chancellor with Distinction Usha Ramdev Jagesar. Jennifer Ramdan. Chancellor with Distinction Crystal Ramesar. Chancellor with Distinction Catherine Ramirez, Anuja Ramjag. Chancellor with Distinction Amanda Ramjohn, Delisa Ramkilawan. Chancellor with Distinction Risha Ramkisoon, Roop Narayan Ramkisoon, Roshni Ramkisoon, Giselle Ramutar, Meenashi Ramutar, Kailash Rampasad, Lennon Rampasad, Shivan Ramraj. Chancellor with Distinction Rachel Ramroop, Natasha Ramsaroop, Usha Ramsumair, Cherise Rollins. Chancellor with Distinction Roxanne Reed Roberts, Greta Reka, Melissa Reyes. Chancellor with Distinction Marissa Richards, Chancellor with Distinction Renee Roche, Travis Roche, Cheryl Ann Roberts. Chancellor with Distinction Natasha Roberts Crislow, Mark Romani. Chancellor with Distinction Anil Roopnarayan, Riya Roopnarayan Sicharan, Janelle Rufus, Shobha Sagram. Chancellor with Distinction Lucinda Sahadev, Sati Sahadev Bola. Chancellor with Distinction Jolene Salandi, Janali Samaru. Chancellor with Distinction Lian Samaru, Jovan Samuel. Chancellor with Distinction Mati Santlal Maharaj. Chancellor with Distinction Nadege Sargent, Rakesh Sarup, Alicia C. Balak.
Samantha Sibaran.
Chancellor with Distinction Simika C. Charan. Chancellor with Distinction Tanasha C. Lochan. Chancellor with Distinction Laura C. Nath Maharaj. Chancellor with Distinction Laura C. Prasad. Chancellor with Distinction Joanna Short, Indira Sue Ramesa. Chancellor with Distinction Asha Simmons, Geeta Singh, Sangeeta Singh. Chancellor with Distinction Vishesh Singh, Vanita Singh Ali. Chancellor with Distinction Candice Serju Ramdayal. Chancellor with Distinction Sean Smart, Colleen Smith, Darrell Smith. Chancellor with Distinction Darnell Smith. Chancellor with Distinction Kwasida Smith. Chancellor with Distinction Lauren Sobrian. Chancellor with Distinction Lisa Somai Jagesar. Chancellor with Distinction Ravi Sonilal. Chancellor with Distinction Vanessa Sugrim. Savitri Sukhdev Biki. Kimraj Suku. Avril Suklal. Kamini Sukram. Chancellor with Distinction Tessa Sukram. Jerome Spence. Femi Stewart. Chancellor with Distinction Asha Subran. Chancellor with Distinction Satyam Tam. Sydney Thomas. Chancellor with Distinction Sean Thompson. Valencia Tobias. Chancellor with Distinction Hema Tulsi Gayant Singh. Chancellor with Distinction Raquel Vasquez Laroche. Anna Lee Vialga. Nicole Warner Harriet. Chancellor with Distinction Summer Warner Samuel. Chancellor with Distinction Judy Williams. Nikisha Winchester.
Chancellor with Distinction Annalisa Yates Lawrence.
Chancellor with Distinction Candice York. Danesha Young Law. Rhonda Alexander. Candice John. Simone McShane. Karen Bartholomew. Petra Bompard. Chancellor with Distinction Ramona Boudou. Geneva Flanders Hines. Chancellor with Distinction Nkosi Fletcher. Naila Hussain. Shanice Richards. Aarti Sipasa Jaikaran. Shivana Sudin. Michelle Stewart. Tricia Subit. Avinash Sumer. Giselle Winter. Laura Balak. Cindy Bonnet Francois. Chitra Jagrup. Sasha Kennedy. Medina Marcus. Delon Mattison. Patricia Nanan. Shelleon Osborne. Chancellor with Distinction Emma Phillip. Richard Ramjatan. Gabriella Roberts. Chancellor with Distinction Denisha Roberts Keynes. Jade Wallace King. Chancellor with Distinction Aaron Ali. Chancellor with Distinction Ian Ali. Jenny Cadogan. Onike Caldero. Chancellor with Distinction Desleen George Hunt. Chancellor with Distinction Catherine Gokul Sipasad. Peter Jeffrey. Jennifer Joseph. Chancellor with Distinction Carissa Joseph Ryan. Patricia Martinez. Chancellor with Distinction Dion Ovid. Michelle Philip Dixon. Chancellor with Distinction Cherise Ramdayal Brathwaite. Chancellor with Distinction Lauren Sigulam. Leanne Smart Guerra. Chancellor with Distinction Meera Abdul. Chancellor with Distinction Ayana Antoine. Carol Badal. Chancellor with Distinction Nicole Budan Thomas. Joanne Daniel. Tamaro Dixon. Alicia Hernandez. Chancellor with Distinction Pauline Jacob Aline. Chancellor with Distinction Shanelli James. Mallory Lewis. Chancellor with Distinction Anand Maharaj. Chancellor with Distinction Alicia McLean. Chancellor with Distinction Lizana Mohammed. Chancellor with Distinction Camille Mohammed Bihari. Luisa Maren Samaru. Chancellor with Distinction Keisha Nichols. Jahan Salman. Rosemary Shunarayan. Chancellor with Distinction Anika Smart. Leslie Ann St. Louis. Janice Griffith. Jillian Harnaran. Chancellor with Distinction Reena Monsegui. Britta Rajkumar. Trevor Sunarayan. Ehsan Atiba. Mikhail Philip. Ariana Gayadeen. Shivana Ramjit Singh. Anissa Hughes. Shana Marie Joseph. Jivita Ramutar. Giselle Farrier Mapp. Akeem Alexis. Chancellor with Distinction Carissa Brijlal. Chancellor with Distinction Usha Ramkisoon. Shivani Samaru. Kavita Ganes. Master of Philosophy in Education Sandra Figaro Henry. Master of Philosophy in French Solange Henry. Master of Philosophy in Linguistics Kisika Brewster.
So, I present to you these members of our society who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and beg that you recognize their advancement in our society.
By the authority vested in me, I confer on these persons whose names are about to be called the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of this university and recognize their advancement in our society.
Doctor of Philosophy, Education, Chancellor with High Commendation, Winzy Adams. Doctor of Philosophy, Education, Tuvitasi Epinesa Esera. Doctor of Philosophy, Education, Gersha Pear. Doctor of Philosophy, Education, Chancellor with High Commendation, Phyllis Rigo. Doctor of Philosophy, Literatures in English, Chancellor with High Commendation, Hannah Regis.
I now call on the President of the UWI Alumni Association, Mr. Jerry Medford, to lead the graduates in the Alumni Pledge.
On behalf of the UWI Alumni Association, the Trinidad and Tobago chapter, I extend congratulations to you on your successful transition from matriculation to graduation. May you continue to make us all proud as you pursue your careers with Pelican pride. As a graduate of the University of the West Indies, I commit myself to uphold the ideals and goals of my alma mater.
My conduct and voice shall reflect the commitment to excellence of the light rising from the West.
As I fulfill my social and professional responsibilities and serve my community and region.
I will strive to ensure this place as a Caribbean icon, the catalyst for Caribbean development and leadership.
It is a legacy that I will proudly help build for future generations. The youth, first in our hearts and first in our region.
We will now have a rendition of the university song, There Is a Light. This brings to a close the public ceremony by which the University of the West Indies has signalized the award of degrees, associate degrees, diplomas, and certificates to its graduates.